Alright, so if you watched the video before this video and you were comparing the two videos and you're going, man, that fit looks really familiar. It looks like maybe the fit that he wore on the last video, and you're going, no big deal. He probably is just killing it and doing 2 videos a day. No, that's not the case. When you're living that fig life, laundry is low on the list and getting new figs is high on the list. So if you gotta save a little to get a little, sacrifices must be made. So today we're going to be looking at the Diamond Select / Marvel Select kind of Pacific Rim action figures. And Diamond Select, this company, I didn't get these toys for free. I pretty much don't ever get toys for free. But these guys, they kill it. They hit it out of the park almost every time. They're making action figures off of a movie that very few people care about. I can tell that because on the views, I do a Marvel Legend video and I get this many views. I do a Pacific Rim video and I get this many views. So it's not that people don't like Diamond Select, it's that people don't really like Pacific Rim. At least that's what I'm going with. They killed it. I'm glad they picked up the license. I think this is going to be the last group of toys that they do. They got this guy, there's the monsters at the end of the movie. I don't know if you've seen it. There's like 3 of these things. I'm pretty sure there's 3. This is one of the 3. They're only making one of the 3. Bandai does make these things also, but theirs looks worse than this, so I didn't pick it up. I went ahead and went with Diamond Select. And they're only making one of these. There should be 3 of these, and then there's like a big giant one at the end of the movie, which I wish they would have made. God, I would have just put that up on the shelf. I'd have to get a new shelf that was bigger to fit it. It'd be like the size of a medium-sized dog if they actually made an action figure of it. They didn't. They're not. That kind of sucks. It'd be like when they did the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or something. He's really cool. We're going to check him out. And then you got 3 of these. I got to look to even see their names. Valdor. These ones, it's like we're getting the bottom of the barrel of Pacific Rim. It's basically the guys that you didn't really care too much about in the movie. We already got the ones that we did get. The Kaiju drone. And who else did we got? November. Like I said, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel. We already got the main characters, and now we're getting the kind of the offbeat characters. These things are also a really good price. You can get these 3 for $65. This guy here, I think he was like only like 40 bucks. I think that the Bandai one is like 60 bucks, and I think he's way better than the Bandai one. Let's get him open and check him out. Alright, so I got them all opened up. You can check the scale on them. I have to admit, this guy right here, when I saw that they were making them, because I saw the movie such a long time ago, I had a hard time remembering it. And I was thinking that this was supposed to be the big, giant guy at the end of the movie, which would actually be like bigger than this whole display station, which if they did make that, I would totally be on board. That would be awesome to stick it on my shelf. I just don't know how many people would buy it, considering I don't know how many Pacific Rim action figure collectors are out there, which is another thing. Like, you guys that are just collecting Marvel and DC, mostly just Marvel Legends, step outside your comfort zone, spend a little extra money. I know it's weird for me to tell you to do that. Get something that every single person doesn't have in their collection and make your collection stand out from somebody else's, because when I scroll on Instagram, all I see is pictures, guys posting pictures of the latest Marvel Legends set, which is awesome. I do it too, but it gets a little boring. So step outside the box and make your collection look a little bit different than everybody else's. So this is the guy. He was, I'm pretty sure at the beginning of the movie there was 3 of these guys, and then they fought him, and they were pretty tough, but they weren't that tough. They weren't tough enough. And then I think that these 3 turned into one big giant one, and then the big giant one like just steamrolled all of them. And in the movie, there was a tiny little robot like this big, and he was like the star of the show, and he would have been a great pack-in for something, and they didn't do it, and now I think that this line is dead. We never got like the main robot in the whole movie, which is kind of weird. Diamond Select, why did you guys slip? We'll go ahead and take a look at him real quick. The articulation on this, it's good, it's not great. The mouth does open and close, the tongue stays still. The head is on a ball, but you don't get a lot of it because of all the armor, which I'm totally cool with. The arms, the front arms are also on a ball. You got something here at the elbow, and then these wrists don't move. And then you come further down the line, these things just turn, which I'm totally cool. They just got a cut there. I know a lot of you guys won't think that that's enough articulation. Then you have like I guess it's just a cut here at the elbow, and then the feet on this one, like the bottom like joint moves on this one. On the bottom foot, it's kind of the same thing as this foot. It's weird. It's kind of like this thing is like a vinyl hollow action figure. Maybe that's why it's only $40. Which this is something that I wish that they would do more often. Make like, cause I don't care if it's a solid plastic action figure or not. It's gonna look great on the shelf. I'm not gonna play with it ever again after I put it down when I'm done doing this video. The tail is a little disappointing. It's one just big giant piece of vinyl that just curves to the side. It would be nice if they did just something. I don't really like when they do articulated tails because you see the joint. Maybe they would have did soft rubber or something for I could get something other than this bend. I'm not really digging that. The paint job on this thing, it's all right. It's nothing great. I mean, once again, this is a big giant $40 vinyl monster, which I think looks great. He's totally in scale. My only disappointment, I wish they would have just made the other ones now. Like, it would have been so cool if they're just doing vinyl. Why couldn't they make the other two, then make the big giant one and sell me the big giant one for, I don't know, probably more than somebody else was willing to spend. But here he is. I think he's definitely cool. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at these robots. I'm pretty sure this was like the villain thing that all those weird little robot things synced together and made this one, but I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie for like over a year. He comes with extra hands. I don't even know why he comes with extra hands, because these hands look pretty much exactly like the hands that he has on. Maybe the claws are slightly bigger, maybe they're not. He's a cool action figure. Their articulation, we'll go over on one of them. It seems like all their heads are like stuck. I think they're actually supposed to move. This one doesn't. On the arms, it's got like a double, like a barbell in there, so you get plenty of cool movement there. The elbows are a single elbow, which kind of seems like they could have got away with a double elbow, but they didn't, but I'm cool with it. And then the wrists are kind of like on a ball and socket there. They do have like an ab crunch. They all have basically similar, the same articulation. Then on the bottom, on the legs, they also have like that double barbell bar joint, whatever you want to call it there. Then the knees, single knees, at least on this one, nothing here. It looks like there should be a joint there, but there's not. But then the feet are on a ball. Basically, these action figures are just pure awesome. Diamond Select, thanks for stepping outside of the box and making something other than everybody else. Like, everybody just keeps making the same Marvel characters over and over and over, and all these companies are doing them. Even you guys do it. Like, how many of the same Thor figure do we need, or how many of the same Hulk? Well, Hulk, I guess we could probably use a lot of Hulks. But when you got everybody making the same action figures, it's starting to get a little boring. It's starting to get a little repetitious. And then you got a company making figures that nobody else was making. Well, I guess Bandai did make these, but they were way too small and I wasn't into them. These things are actually in scale with the NECA ones. I was really bummed out when NECA lost the license, and I was also excited because I was like, cool, my collection is complete. I can just sit back, enjoy it, and I don't have to spend any more money on it. And then when they did these, they did them in scale, and I think they did just as good of a job as NECA, so I'm glad that the line didn't stop. Unless they make another movie, then who knows. Articulation on this is basically the same as the other one. I just showed it to you real quick. There's tons of sculpted detail on this. An original sculpt, original paint. This is something that action figure companies don't do. They pretty much just give you the same buck with a new head, and it sucks. And then they charge you like the same price as these. These things are like $22 each for basically the same exact price as Marvel Legends or DC Multiverse. I think that that's really lame on their part, and really good on Diamond Select's part. He does come with fisted hands. I really don't ever use the fisted hands. I always like the open hands better, so I'm not going to use it. Then you have this guy, and when I say this guy, I mean this guy, because these guys are so obsolete that I already forgot their names, because it really doesn't matter. If these guys were even in the movie, it was probably like a second. They probably got died off real quick. And then he also comes with fisted hands, and he comes with open hands. Articulation is basically the same as the other one. He's just really cool. Tons of sculpted detail. The paintwork on this is phenomenal. They did a great job. It's crazy because they did such a good job on this. And then the monster, which is the one that you actually wanted the most, which I actually passed on. And then one of the guys that watches my channel goes, dude, you're going to pick him up and review him? I'd love to see it. And then I figured out that this was the guy that wasn't the big monster guy that I actually really wanted. It was one of the small guys. So now he's in scale, so now he looks great in my set, which if he was the big guy and on a scale, I probably would have bought him anyways, because he's only 40 bucks and he looks amazing. Back to this guy. Must have been the ADD kicking in right there. He looks great. Diamond Select. You guys are killing it. Maybe you guys should send me some action figures, because I actually like your toys. You send these things to other channels that don't even collect your shit. But hey, it is what it is. I'm going to put this up on the shelf, show you the collection, and then I'm going to do a couple videos, or a couple little pictures at the end. Alright, so here's the Pacific Rim collection. I did have to squeeze them in there a little bit to fit in the new edition. I guess they are looking a little crowded. You know, like when your wife or your girlfriend comes into your nerd cave, your toy room, your collection, and hopefully it's not your bedroom, but sometimes it is, guys. I'm seeing the pictures on Instagram. And they're like, well, your shelves are full. I guess you're done now. You won. And then you're looking at your shelves like a collector. And you're going, are you kidding me? Like, I could squeeze so many more figures in there. Like, I could literally get double what I have on this shelf right now. Some people think it looks cluttered. Some people think it looks amazing. If you collect the action figures, you probably think it looks amazing. I got to get down off this ladder and show you the other side. All right, so here's the other side. This is kind of pretty much where the monsters are. They do make a wing version of him. I haven't seen him on clearance. That's the reason why I don't have him, because I already got that one. And if they would have sold me the wing version first, I would have just got that one. Got a little crazy with the camera there. Sorry about that. Bring it around, show you the rest of the collection. So you can see there's the monsters, the new monsters, right in scale with all the old monsters. I think they did a great job. God, I love this action figure collection. The Pacific Rim. God, you just look around the toy room real quick. Well, this is kind of like some of my different stuff in the middle here. Jurassic Park up there. But if you look around, I'm trying not to go too fast to where this is just a blur. Alright, I'm making a really bad example here. I'm trying to show you that these things really stand out in the collection when you look at everything else. You know what? Yeah, it's kind of just, everything's kind of really standing out right now. At least to me, there's the DC stuff, the Marvel. Alright, well, hey, they're still not Marvel Legends, they're still not DC, and they still make you stand out a little bit from everybody else. Thanks for watching.